Okay, the question that I ask myself is why some people, especially African Americans, when they get rich, they marry people from different communities. And uh, and I've before I didn't really think about it a lot, but recently I've thought about it, and I remember some people were very offended, and now I believe they were right. They were right to be offended. They were right to be angry when somebody from their community, from their race, marry a different woman from a completely different race, from a race where that race historically been antagonistic to their own race. And it's very simple. I mean, it's kind of a betrayal. All right. Why I understand from African American history, from their standpoint, they are absolutely right to be angry because they've been through a common punishment historically. They were commonly punished because of their race. They were commonly discriminated against because of their race. So, in those situations, in those harsh situations where there were a lot of challenges, a lot of problems that they were facing, they were together. They were fighting together. And now that the fight is over, and suddenly somebody just goes to the other race and they marry from them, and I think that's a is a deeply troubling for a couple of reasons. Because I think if you if you were from that experience, from African American experience, and then you try to marry a white woman, I think there is a problem with you because maybe you are suffering from a inferiority complex. You want to be because you were considered inferior. Now you have to somehow uh, fill that gap. That's why in most cases you would just want to be, you just want to be integrated with them instead of accepting your race, accepting your community. And I think that's a huge mistake. And then the other the other point I would like to mention is when a lot of those women were those women, when you were not doing well, they didn't really look at you twice. They didn't really care. I'm just going to give you one example. Uh, Raymond, I mean, what he's called. He's part of he's African American. He's yeah, Damon John. Yeah, he's a Damon John. He's from a show called Shark Tank on I believe on ABC or NBC. Yeah, and the problem, he married a woman from a different race, and now he's doing well. Now he has money, but I bet you when he was not doing well, those women wouldn't even look at her. And this is something that you guys have to remember. The question that you have to ask yourself is, if you weren't rich, if you weren't popular, would those women approach you? Would those women receptive to you when you try to flirt with them? When you try to what do you call it? Make them girlfriend. Okay? If the answer is no, now the reason they are with you is because of your prestige, because of your money. So you have to understand that. Okay? And they don't care about they don't care about your struggles. They know that you have those prestige, and they want to take part of that. And this is something that you have to keep in mind. And marrying from a completely different race, it's it is problematic in many ways, as I just explained. So it's better just to stick to your race. I think there are a lot of beautiful women, black women, okay? And I used to fantasize uh, maybe dating dating a different race. But now today I'm completely happy dating a black woman. Okay, like I tend to go, okay, purposely date black women because other communities, I'm sorry, there are some issues. Some of them they don't have a nice behind. Some of them they have some smell, you know, that I can't deal with those. And these are these are racial, differences. Okay, it doesn't mean that they are bad, but for me, I'm very happy with dating, with being with a black woman. Okay, so that's my perspective. If, as I said, if you dating outside of your race, it could be problematic in many ways, especially if you're African American. Given the history of this, your community, given the struggle that you've been through, and ignoring all of that, that's a big mistake. Okay, if you have a comment, leave below.